Okay, but at least in my head.
We're gonna need this. Okay, that's fine. We're wheeling it over. Okay.
I can't.
So get up.
That, right? We're all gonna get to know each other. I am. That was good.
Yes, that's good.
Evan, when do we park? So Evan. Like everyone's taking photos. No, you're good. Hey, Monsieur, is that a good what I have with the window on the podium talking? Is what I have right now. No, Monsieur, can you check if this is a good shot right here?
Okay, so what I want is that's centered. I want it real close. So, and a little down more to see the flowers. Just the tops, about like that, okay? You good?
Yeah, so then what we'll be doing is we start over there, come here.
So you'll zoom out.
You need me zooming out, every time.
You're gonna zoom out. You're gonna follow hands until they're centered. They do their things, and then they turn away from you.
Yeah.
And then you go back to over here. So you stay wide as you graduate.
Huh? So when they get
Yeah, that's a really pretty shot.
okay, so so you want me to stay a wide shot every single time?
Until someone's speaking up there.
Okay, so as the graduates are coming, it's just wide. I'm not doing it when they do their funny thing.
No, because this is going to be a pretty close shot.
Okay. So is it wide right now or not?
Right now we have a medium wide of the podium, so you're going to have to zoom out.
Okay. When does it start?
So what I'll do is I'll signal you, and I'll be like, zoom out, and okay, so that's what I'll do.
I'm trying to take and then Bill just
in maximally. We've got people hanging out in the comments to watch the live stream. We got people that are kind of standing room only at the moment. So if we could please cozy on up, that would be fantastic. Try to get a couple more bodies up here. If you are saving a seat, it's about too late. Like, telling me to snooze, you lose. You should have left sooner. So please scoot on over, cozy up, get a few more people in here, and we'll try and get started in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you.
I got a pan over there now, because they're going to walk out there. Do you want me over there? Hey, perfect duck. Like this, mister? Like that? Like that much? Or all the way? Yeah.
No, not yet. Not yet.
You didn't tell me that.
Wait,
faculty, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. My name is Happy Short. I am a senior class senator, and I am honored to welcome you to the Woodland High School commencement ceremony. Tonight, we celebrate us. We celebrate everything we've overcome, all that we've accomplished, and all that's yet to come. Because this moment, this milestone, is anything but ordinary. Class of 2025, hold on to these memories. They will hold on to you. To start tonight's celebration, I ask everyone to please rise, remove your hats for the national anthem performed by our jazz choir and interpreted in American Sign Language by our incredible ASL students.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave and the home of the brave.
And now I would like to introduce you to our senior class senator speaker, Alexis Alpanow.
I'm trying.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alexis Alpanow, and I have the incredible honor of standing here today representing the graduating class of 2025. Honestly, just saying that still feels surreal. It feels like just yesterday we were figuring out how to open up our lockers or trying to remember if the mitochondria was the powerhouse of the cell was actually going to be on the test. Looking back now, it's clear that our high school journey has been a dramatic story. Much like a great book, full of memories, lessons, friendships, and let's be honest, a lot of chaos. But also a lot of growth. As we sit here today, we're reminded of our past. The late nights studying for that one math or science test. The one that made us question everything. Maybe we passed it and maybe we didn't. But what we will remember are those moments of sitting together, trying to decode equations like they were written in another language. Because let's be real, sometimes it felt like they really were. Now, none of us would be sitting here today without the hope of those who believed in us, especially during those moments when we didn't believe in ourselves. To our teachers who pushed us, even when we gave them our best, I'm totally listening, but actually daydreaming faces, thank you. To our families who supported us through every meltdown, late night cram session, and attitude-filled Monday morning, thank you. And to our friends who stood by us through it all and never let us go through it alone, thank you. These people didn't just help us to succeed. They taught us the importance of love, loyalty, and showing up for each other. The kind of lessons that you won't find in any textbook. I want to take a moment to give a very special thank you to a person who has helped me write my own story. Ms. Pierce was my horticulture teacher this year. I ended up joining FFA with her as my advisor, and she pushed me to enter a public speaking competition. Me, public speaking. If you know me, you know I'm not the type to talk in front of even 3 or 4 people, let alone a whole room. Just the idea of speaking in front of people used to send me into a full-on panic, but she didn't let me off the hook. She saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And guess what? I ended up placing and going to state, and somewhere along the way, I fell in love with it. That competition and her belief in me is the only reason that I am up here speaking to you all today. So Ms. Pierce, thank you. Thank you for pushing me to face a fear I never thought I'd overcome, and for showing me that the things we fear the most might just be where we find our passion. Now, learning to embrace those unexpected paths, even when seeming terrifying, has been a huge part of my story here at Woodland. Most of you know that I wasn't raised here. I transferred to Woodland from Las Vegas, Nevada my junior year, back when I truly believed that I had my whole life figured out. Spoiler alert, I did not. Moving here felt like my entire world had flipped upside down. At my old high school, the graduating class was bigger than our entire school here. It was a massive change. I didn't want to be known as the new kid. I just wanted to blend in and make friends. But on my first day of school, I walked into class absolutely terrified, only to meet one amazing person who has changed everything for me. That person became a light in my life. They introduced me to others, brought me out of my shell, and most importantly, brought me closer to God. And that's when I realized something big. Sometimes we think the story is over, but really, it's just a plot twist leading to something better. As we look back on our past and celebrate this momentous occasion, we must not forget that while we're closing one chapter, another is just beginning. And the rest of our story is still unwritten. And the best part? We hold the pen. The blank pages ahead aren't something to fear. They're something to embrace. While some of us have already started planning the next chapter in great detail, others are still planning what title to give the next page. And some of us are just hoping we don't accidentally drop the book entirely. But no matter where you're at, it's okay. Because the best stories aren't the ones that are perfect. They're the ones that are real, messy, and full of unexpected turns. So be bold with your story. Take risks, make edits, scribble things out, and start over when you need to. But whatever you do, don't let fear hold the pen. And most importantly, remember the people who helped write your first chapters. The ones who cheered you on, lifted you up, and helped you find your voice. Class of 2025, our stories are just beginning. The world is waiting to read what comes next. So turn the page and write it well. Thank you. Please welcome our staff speaker, Ms. Andrea Terry.
Hello. Hello, class of 2025. We made it. Woohoo! We made it. Yes, I said we. I'm including myself in that too. Actually, I'm including everyone here in that we. Because if you're sitting here tonight, chances are you played some kind of active role in helping these incredible young adults to get to this moment. Whether you're a parent, grandparent, teacher, coach, friend, sibling, or even the person who dropped them off at school when they missed the bus, you were a part of the journey. And for that, I say thank you. It took me what feels like forever to get these parting words. I've been overwhelmed with so many emotions: joy, pride, excitement, and yes, a little sadness too. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. What an incredible accomplishment it is to be here tonight. You did it. You're graduating. I kept thinking about Charlie's quote in the yearbook. Some people graduate with honors, but I'm just honored to graduate. And honestly, it couldn't be more true. Being here, surrounded by your classmates, about to take the next big step, that's something to be truly proud of. I'm excited for the journeys ahead of you, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little sad too. I'll miss hearing, "Hi, Miss Terry," in the halls and classroom. I'll miss your faces lighting up when you couldn't wait to tell me something about something happening in your life. That joy, that connection, we shared something special. I'll be honest, I didn't want to get up here tonight. Public speaking terrifies me. And when I told some of you that, you were so sweet. "You'll be great. Don't worry about it." Or my favorite, "But you run DECA. How can you be afraid of public speaking?" I've definitely pushed many of you out of your comfort zones. If I found out that you had any rhythm at all, I tried to recruit you for the dance team. If you played football, I probably encouraged you to dance in an assembly, especially if you didn't have rhythm. I voluntold some of you that you would be competing in DECA. I asked others to strut their stuff on the runway for Mr. Woodland. So yes, I absolutely owe you this speech. And I hope when you look back on all the random, maybe crazy things I got you involved in, you'll remember the laughs, moments, and the memories. You'll remember going head to head with the best at nationals, the chaos of 17 students let loose in Seattle for DECA State, and the cheers at Mr. Woodland. You made memories that you'll never forget. But more importantly, I hope you remember this. Life is full of open windows. They show up as opportunities, sometimes when you least expect them. And when the one's open, you have to be willing to go for it. Don't let fear or self-doubt keep you from climbing through. You never know how long that window will stay open or when another one will come along. So when there's a chance, take it. If you told my 18-year-old self that I'd be on stage giving a graduation speech, I wouldn't have believed you. I didn't walk across the stage at my graduation. My path was different, less traditional. As my mom would say, I went to the school of hard knocks, but I made a choice. I chose not to let that moment define my future. I worked 3 jobs, learned new skills. I hustled. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't satisfied with just being good. I wanted to be great. I started as a waitress, became a bartender, and realized that event planners were making more money, so I became one. Eventually, I ran events for the Olympics and owned a company hosting events in Las Vegas. I found new passions and kept chasing opportunities. I learned, adapted, and grew. All that was possible because a DECA advisor once told me I could own my own business and to know my own worth. That belief carried me for 2 decades. But even after all that, I never let go of the dream I had as a little girl to be a teacher. And though it took a while, here I am. It turns out all those experiences prepared me perfectly for this job. Teaching CTE at a small high school means knowing a little bit about a lot, and I've had a lot of jobs. I thought I had it all figured out. Work hard, gain experience, get the dream job, but that wasn't it. A few days ago, I was an emotional wreck after your parade. My husband sent me a text that stopped me in my tracks. He reminded me that you, are my purpose. All those paths led me here so I could have a positive impact on your lives. I'm telling you this because if I had listened to the people who had doubted me, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if I gave up every time things went off course. If I let failure stop me, I wouldn't be here. Watching you at the parade filled me with so much joy. You're all so different, and that's what makes your future so exciting. So many possibilities, so much potential. Before we part ways, I want to leave you with a few Miss Terry reminders. 1, look for the open windows. When opportunity comes, don't let fear talk you out of it. Take the leap. 2, don't be a good friend, be a great one. Great friends show up when others don't. If you have 5 real friends in your lifetime, you're lucky. Be the kind of friend that shows up for others and they can count on. 3, don't talk about it, be about it. Words are cheap, actions matter. Whether it's your goals, your values, or your relationships, show what matters to you. 4, be your authentic self. High school is hard, especially when it comes to being true to who you are. But from here on out, the world gets a little wider and hopefully a little more accepting. And if someone judges you, ask yourself why their opinion matters in the first place. 5, remember that no matter where you go or what you do, this will always be a home you can come back to for love and support. You are not alone. Look at all the people here tonight. They came to watch you walk across the stage, even if it's just for a few minutes before you hop on the bus to celebrate. They're here because they love and want to support you. And while we're talking about the people who love you, give your parents a little grace if they're having a hard time letting go, especially if you're the baby in the family. For the last 18 years, they've built their lives around you, and letting you go doesn't happen overnight. A lot of you ask me if I'm okay with Panda leaving. Give your parents that same kindness and understanding. And lastly, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right. Your mindset shapes your future, so believe in yourself, take the shot, do the hard things. Congratulations, class of 2025. Please welcome our senior speaker, Ainsley Utter.
Alright guys, I'm a little nervous. Let's see. Hello everyone. My name is Ainsley Utter and I'm honored to be standing here today speaking on behalf of the class of 2025. This doesn't feel real, honestly. These last 4 years of waking up early, rushing in to beat the 9 a.m. bell, and then pretending we didn't just ChatGPT some answers for one of Mr. Callie's assignments. When we got our grades back, every time, Mr. Callie would say something like, may or may not have been written by ChatGPT. Well, I may or may not be speaking from experience. Sorry, Mr. Callie. Now here we are, graduating. There's a quote by Oliver Wendell Holmes that says, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. And when I think about that, I can't help but reflect on everything we've been through and how strong we've become together. We've certainly accumulated a lot behind us. Our last field day, our final Foursquare game during Free 15, our last field trip to OMSI, and even our last homecoming game when our football team beat RA Long 40-0. For some of us, we walked off that football field not only as players, but also as fans for the very last time. These stories may make us full of mixed emotions, but these are memories that lie behind us, and what lies before us has yet to be discovered. Beyond all cherished memories, what truly matters is what lies within us. With that in mind, I want to touch on something we don't always talk about enough: mental health. Most of you know me as the happiest, most talkative, and definitely even the funniest person you've ever met. You don't have to tell me, I already know. But very few people know the struggles I face behind the scenes. When I began my freshman year, I thought this would be like that one movie, I think it's called High School Musical. You know, like the singing and the dancing, just not a big deal. But by sophomore year, I started to realize how important high school really is. Still, I found myself struggling. I lacked motivation for the simplest things: making my bed, doing homework, and even eating. I began seeing a therapist, but quickly decided therapy wasn't for me, and I don't have a problem. I wasn't ready to face what I was going through. Like many of us, I felt comfortable in the chaos. It wasn't until the summer before senior year that I started to change. I took the time to reflect, take responsibility, and try to repair any damage I'd done. I spoke to people I'd hurt, I made new friendships, I stepped outside my comfort zone, and that is when things were starting to look up. On January 24th of this year, I texted my stepmom Amber and said, "Can I see a therapist thing?" To which she replied, "What's a therapist thing? You mean a therapist?" Of course, that is what I meant, but my stubborn self didn't want to admit I needed help. I started to see a therapist, and this made a difference for me mentally because it gave me a sense of structure and reassurance that what I struggle with is normal. The last 6 months haven't been easy. I lost one of my closest friends due to a car accident, and that's when I realized how fragile life really is. Rest in peace, Sophia. Like many of you, I faced many heartbreaks and disappointments. This time, instead of letting the hard things break me, I chose a different path. I finally chose me. I was the only woman in my household for a long time, and my dad taught me the meaning of self-love through his actions. He's a very motivational man and never afraid to stand up for himself or his family. If the world was against me, I know he would still be by my side. As a matter of fact, he told me just last night he would go to war against the world for me. In all honesty, I would not be standing up here right now if we didn't have the talk we did last night. I love you, Dad. He often says this quote that I think about every day: clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. After some time, a woman named Amber came into my life, and she taught me something that all of you should know. It is okay to have feelings, to cry, to struggle, to be angry, to be scared, but it is never okay to let those negative feelings decide your path in life. She taught me to be the best girl boss I can be. She always made sure to be one of my biggest supporters, even when she didn't have to. I've learned how to set boundaries, protect my peace, and find joy again. I still have hard days, but now I remind myself how far I've come. I will remind you, the things that feel heavy today will not define the rest of your life. What we go through in life doesn't define us. It's how we go from it that matters. Similar to what David Goggins said, we can't control all the variables in our lives. It's about what we do with the opportunity revoked or presented to us that determines how the story ends. Everything happens for a reason, the good and the bad things in life. There is always a lesson to be learned. If I hadn't gone through what I did, I wouldn't be the version of Ainsley standing before you now. And the same goes for all of you. Your challenges have shaped you, strengthened you, and prepared you for whatever comes next. I want to make a point to everyone. No matter what you're going through, you're not alone. While what I share is unique to me, I know I'm not the only one who has struggled one way or another. Whatever path you decide to take after we graduate, don't forget what lies within you. Your voice matters. The strength you have acquired through the years matters. You matter. Don't forget, we are only human and we will all fail at one point, but that just means you get back up and try again. Winners are just losers who never gave up. Wake up each day and just try. Make your bed, drink some water, read a page of a book. One small step is more than yesterday. And that's how we grow, one thing at a time. If your eyes are clear and your heart is full, trust me when I say you will never lose. It's our turn now. Congratulations, class of 2025. We made it. Please welcome our final senior speaker, Sam Fromm.
Hello everyone. For those I haven't met yet, hi, I'm Samantha Brown. I've been one of your class senators for the past 2 years, and throughout high school I've usually been found in either the chemistry lab or the art room. For those I have met, it's good to see you again. I'm excited to have been selected to speak to all of you today. I can't believe we made it, is what I would say if I wanted to quote the hundreds of graduation speeches that start with that quintessential line. But if I were to speak honestly, which of course I will, we have worked since elementary school to be here and have been counting down the days. So yeah, of course I believe we made it. I'm entirely unsurprised. I saw a quote from Maya Angelou a few months ago. She said, "I learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." After 4 years of high school with you wonderful people, I cannot think of a phrase that rings truer than that. That quote can be read as if we were the ones imparting feelings onto others, but I want to discuss it within the context that all of us are the ones who remember how people and experiences make us feel. I will not attempt to guess the feelings of my peers as they navigated these past 4 years, but I will certainly share some of mine. When I started going to WHS, I felt incredibly nervous. Not only was I new to town, but I had been homeschooled for the majority of my life. I didn't have a single clue how or where to fit in. I remember talking to my parents the night before the first day of school, and they said to me, "It's okay to be nervous. Being nervous means you care." They had said that phrase to me before, and I didn't understand right then how that could be true. But putting a positive spin on how I was feeling really set me straight. On my first day, I felt welcomed by my teachers and peers. By the end of my first week of school, I worked up the courage to introduce myself to the very person I walked with at the ceremony today. He and I would have never become as close as we are today if I hadn't taken that feeling I was given by my parents' words and used it as fuel to be unafraid. Fasting forward to the end of my junior year, I started feeling excited. Many of us have been warned by teachers that junior year is when we have to start figuring out what's next, and I was ready to take on that challenge. I knew that I was prepared because, like many students, I had already navigated that dread of not feeling ready. Some of us may have coped with that feeling through procrastination, or in my case, complete indecision. I think throughout my underclassmen years, I had decided to be about 20 different things when I grew up. I was feeling this self-made pressure to have it all figured out. I think many of us, both in the class of 2025 and in the audience, may know what that feels like. I remember that near the end of my junior year, my chemistry teacher and role model, Miss Marshall, said to me, "Sam, I'm gonna have to ask you not to overthink this one. I know that that's like telling a brick wall not to be a brick wall." She was in that moment referring to a chemistry problem I was vastly overcomplicating, but the concept of what she said and how it made me feel has become a guidepost for me. I learned that whenever we find ourselves stuck in a spiral, we need to remember that instead of becoming one with the brick wall, we need to trust ourselves and knock it down. Sometimes we all have to create our own clarity. I'm sure we've all received advice from someone important to us, something that has left us with an impression like Miss Marshall gave me. We can take that feeling, that wisdom imparted on us during high school, and use it to strengthen and improve. Support from others will still be around us, but I for one am excited that we get to be the decision makers from now on. My goal in sharing a few of these experiences with you is that I want to empower all of you to stay in touch with the feelings you walk away with, how you felt on your first day and your last. Regardless of your future plans, there will always be people alongside you going through the same changes. Embrace those changes head on. Let what we have learned and felt here at WHS serve as reminders for how to navigate the future. Feelings teach us to be our best selves. That's why I believe they stick with us so much. Right now, I feel grateful. Grateful to my parents and siblings who have loved me unconditionally and shaped me into the person in front of you. Grateful to the teachers who have constantly pushed us all to be better. And grateful that I have spent these past few years growing up with all of you. In a final agreement with what Maya Angelou said, I don't think we will remember every word spoken at this commencement or every single interaction from our time here. But I will walk off this stage holding on to that gratitude, and I hope that everyone in the class of 2025 is leaving these hallways with similar feelings of gratitude and joy. I hope that when we look back at the emotions that we experienced, we don't regret a single one, because they made us who we are. Thank you. Please welcome Dr. Phil Pearson.
Well, I don't think I can add much to those speakers, but I'm going to give it a try for a few minutes. To the faculty and staff of Woodland High School, Superintendent Asha Riley, members of the Woodland School Board, friends and families, and most importantly, to the class of 2025, welcome to this commencement ceremony celebrating the seniors of Woodland High School. As always, it's an honor and privilege to be here with all of you. High school graduation is a time-honored event in the lives of our young people as they move from their lives as kids and middle schoolers into their lives of adults. To our graduates, it probably feels like it's been a long, long time since you lost a tooth or learned to ride a bike, but for many of our friends and family here tonight, it feels like it was yesterday. And I say this as a father of a recent graduate. To my daughter, and to these graduates, 10 years is a long time. But graduates, and I ask you to remember that to your mom, or your dad, or your grandparents, or your aunts and uncles who remember those days when you couldn't tie your own shoe or you needed help brushing your teeth, it was just yesterday. So give them a second to catch up. And those family and friends who are supporting our seniors, I say congratulations. No kid ever moves from childhood to high school graduation without countless moments of support and assistance. So this is your achievement as well. Congratulations. Now to you graduates, I actually was once in high school. I sat where you were listening to someone whose name, quite honestly, I don't remember. Listening to words that I absolutely do not recall. And since that time, a number of things have changed. Phones had cords. It's true. Computers were things that fancy people would use. You had to sign up for special classes to use computers. Social media hadn't been imagined, and the letters A and I were just two letters in the alphabet. And words meant different things. So I'm going to give the audience a little quiz right now. We're in school. We're going to take a little quiz, okay? We're going to try this one on your own. Don't use ChatGPT. And we're going to score this one at a time. So audience, here goes. I'm going to test you on some vocabulary. The first word is Riz. Riz. Consider what you think that might mean. What might Riz mean? Talk to a neighbor. Okay, so Riz is short for charisma. And it means you got a lot of swagger. Riz, who knew? Okay, so whatever your score is. Okay, here's the next one. Aura. Aura. I know you might think, no, you know what that means, but you probably don't. Keep in mind, words mean different things, and here it is. Aura is actually a word for social status. If you've got a lot of aura, that's a good thing, you're cool. So aura, how you doing? Okay, here's another one. Huzz. And if you're wondering, yes, that actually is a word. Huzz is a word, okay? And it's used to describe good-looking people, so huzz is a good thing. And I'm not going to try to use it in a sentence. Here's the last one. Here it is. Hopefully you're 3 for 3. The last one is fire. Fire. And if you think this one has something to do with camping, you're not right. That's incorrect. It means actually that something is really cool. That's what that means, okay? If you're wondering, I wouldn't have known these. I'd have gotten no before. I had to get help from some of our seniors to know what those words mean. So many things have changed. On the other things, many things have not. This moment for all of you, as it was for me, is a moment of joy and relief and anticipation. But I know that for more than a few of you, it is also a moment of uncertainty and nervousness, and maybe even a moment of hesitation, maybe trepidation. I know it was for me. Now, I've had the privilege of delivering a number of commencement speeches, and I know that typically what you do is you pull out a quote, or maybe several quotes from big thinkers, Winston Churchill, Abraham Lincoln, something like that. And that's useful. Those are important thinkers, but I don't want to do that today. I want to say something simpler and more direct. Along with the anticipation and excitement, you will may be feeling nervous and anxious or uncertain, and I felt that too. And I want to give you a few things to hold on to. So if you're a note taker or something like that, this would be the time to start taking notes, because I'm serious when I say this. There will be a quiz at the end. So you want to be paying attention. Some of you may be concerned that the world is a really big place and that you're not smart enough. You might be worried that other people here, or other people in the world, are way smarter than you, and you can't keep up. But I want you to tell you that's just not true. Your GPA cannot define you. Your SAT score cannot define you. Your IQ and your salary or your number of Instagram followers cannot define you. And in fact, smart is not predictive of success, and it surely is not a predictive of happiness or purpose. The smart move in life is the move towards persistence. The smart move is to make mistakes and learn from them and to keep on keeping on even when the ball doesn't bounce your way. Smart doesn't matter. Grit does. And add that to your list of important words. Some of you might be worried that the world is a really big place and you're not strong enough. You might be looking into the future and imagining what might be coming, and that you won't have the strength to face it. And I understand that. If I were honest with myself, long ago, back when phones had cords, I would have said that of me. But here's what I know. The only strength you really need is the strength of humility. The strength and willingness to say, I don't know, and the strength to know that doesn't make you weaker. It lets the people around you be a part of your story. Lastly, you might be worried that the world is a really big place and that you're not courageous enough. And it's true. The world's a scary place. And I can't promise you that nothing bad will happen or that monsters don't exist. Because they do. But what I can promise you is this: courage is not the opposite of fear. Fear and uncertainty are normal things. Courage, the opposite of indifference. The courage that really matters is the courage to do what matters when it matters. Keep track of what matters to you and keep doing these things when they really matter. Now, I could use a bunch of examples to illustrate every one of these things I've mentioned, but I don't need to. I don't need to, because the only example you really need is sitting in your chair right now, wearing your clothes. Now, I promise you a quiz at the end, and it's that time. So this is when you want to listen and concentrate, because I know I told you that there's no number that can define you, and I mean this seriously. Your score on this 3-question quiz is going to define what happens next in your life. So here it is. It's a true-false quiz. Here we go. True or false? and you can talk with your elbow partner if you want to, or your 3 o'clock clock partner. Here it is. True or false? You are braver and more courageous than you believe. True or false? That one is absolutely true. Thank you for your help. You are far, far braver and more courageous than you believe. Well done. Some couple people here are 1 for 1. That's excellent. Okay, next one. True or false? You are stronger than you seem. True or false? That one is also absolutely true. You are definitely stronger than you might seem. You are stronger than you might believe yourself to be. Excellent. 2 for 2. Last one. True or false? You are smarter than you think. 100% absolutely true. You are smarter than you believe yourself to be. You are more than smart enough. You are smarter than you think. So how did you do? I think, I'm hearing you got 100%. And my hope and prayer for you is that you walk away with those 3 statements written on your heart. I know for sure that they're true. Now, I promised you not to use quotes, but I'm getting old. And I kind of forgot, and I threw one in at the end. So here it is. It's a quote by the influencer and thinker Christopher Robin, as said to his dear friend and renowned philosopher Winnie the Pooh. And I give it to you now as my final instruction to you as the principal of the graduating class of 2025. Promise me that you will always remember that you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Congratulations, Woodland High School Class of 2025. Class dismissed. Please welcome Superintendent Asha Riley.
You guys are a silly bunch with those beach balls. Good evening, family, friends, Woodland staff, and most important, class of 2025. When I heard your class motto came from Winnie the Pooh, I have to admit I smiled. Parents, if you haven't heard it yet, let me read it to you. We didn't realize we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun. Now that's classic Winnie the Pooh. Simple, sweet, and sneakily wise. You see, that silly old bear had a surprising knack for saying things that actually matter. Let's begin with one of his more tender observations about life's moments. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. Class of 2025, you recognize that it's the small moments in life that make for some of our most treasured memories. So as you head into the world, whether it's college, a job, or a new adventure, don't miss the little things. A sunrise on your commute, a song that reminds you of home, a random Tuesday lunch where a lifelong friendship begins. You might chase big dreams, and you should, but don't overlook the moments that seem small. That's often where joy lives. Next is a gentle reminder from Christopher Robin. Yes, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. You see, it turns out growing up isn't about having all the answers. It's about showing up anyway. Bravery isn't loud. Sometimes it's just getting out of bed and trying again the next day. Winnie the Pooh didn't win any spelling bees, but he always showed up for his friends. He went on adventures and he followed his heart. And when you inevitably face moments of doubt, hardship, remember this beautiful exchange between 2 friends. I don't feel very much like Pooh today, said Winnie the Pooh. There, said Piglet. I'll sit here with you until you feel like you again. Life after graduation can feel overwhelming. You'll have days where you question who you are and where you're going. When that happens, find your piglets, those people who will sit with you when you're not at your best, and be that kind of person for someone else. We live in a world that desperately needs more kindness, more listening, more people willing to say, I'll sit here with you. And yes, we even have a quote from Eeyore, the ever-realist. He offered a bit of wisdom about the power of thoughtfulness. You see, a little consideration, a little thought for others makes all the difference. The world doesn't need more fame, it needs more thoughtfulness. You don't have to be loud to make a difference. Sometimes you just have to show kindness, caring, and especially when it's hard. So remember this, class of 2025. Hope is not naive. It's not passive. It's powerful, and it's yours to carry and share. Every time you speak up, lend a hand, take a risk, or stand tall, you are shaping the future. And if you're ever unsure, remember, each of you carries a story that no one else has, a perspective the world has never heard before. You are special, you are ready, and we are so incredibly proud of you. So to recap some wisdom from the 100-Acre Wood, don't worry if you don't have it all figured out. Most people don't. Keep showing up, especially for your friends. And lastly, be kind, be real. And when in doubt, take a nap, eat a snack, and try again. So class of 2025, you're heading into a world that is both beautiful and broken. But you're equipped with courage, heart, and a light that is yours alone to shine. May you leave this place knowing you're not just ready to face what's next, you're ready to shape it. So go out there, make mistakes, make memories, but above all, make a future you believe in, and know that we believe in you. Before I close, I want to share that I have a small token for you, a few words of encouragement as you start your journey, a little book to start writing your story. Congratulations, class of 2025. And now, members of the board, by the authority vested in me by Woodland Public Schools Board of Directors and the state of Washington, I hereby certify that all members, each and every one, have met the graduation requirements of Woodland Public Schools District and the state of Washington. Please accept the Woodland High School graduating class of 2025. Now I'd like to welcome Director Stewart, as well as Alexis Alpina, Samantha Brown, Hadley Shores, and Addison Stading for the presentation of the class of 2025. Okay. See, it's okay to make mistakes.
Addison Stading. Savannah Dowdy. Connor Wallace. Haley Strickland. Camden Reiners. Ainsley Utter. Mariah Stover. Alejandro Alvarado. Edgardo Betancourt. Elijah Anderson. Chase Hall. Lulu Anguiano. Simona Plihalova. Lavinia Apetito. Vinya Roser. Johan Arnold. Anthony Steele. Jaslyn Osmus. Jasmine Cifuentes. Maria Austin. Isabella Baker. Hayden Banham. Lorelei Beers. Justin Banham. Christopher Cantu. Daniel Fairford. Mackenzie Thayer. Grace Bateman. Lujiel Kim Garcia. Kate Baumgartner. Anel Carrasco Ramirez. Jonathan Biggs. Anthony Calvillo. Lila Birdsong. Emily Godfrey. Trenton Blatnick.
Alexis Alquinel. Davin Orr. Tristan Boson. Logan Busick. Ashley Calvillo. Rachel Reese. Angela Casillas. Giselle Vasquez. Austin Clark. Max Koistinen. Alicia Clayton. Margarita Maestranzi. Callista Condor. Molly Lambert. Trinity Busick. Athena Franklin. Jose Cruz Leon. Jonathan Sanchez. Riley Dowpass. Kyler Harrington. Francisco de Jesus. Caitlin Rose. Lexi Divac. Ava Field. Jocelyn Diaz Montoya. Elizabeth Martinez Guzman. Isaac Downer. Kiera Wilson. Luis Dure Vasquez. Seth Pop. Alyssa Beckner. Penelope Tyler. Samantha Brown. Aiden Flory. Cole Hathaway. Tanner Gleason. Tristan Galloway. Gavin Shoemaker. Trina Garcia. Addie Seamer. Tabitha George. Macy Sneed. Sherilyn Geronimo. Marlene Jarquin. Emily Greer. Skylin Stalka. Bryson Ford. David Coates.
Brayden Davis. Macy Heckman. Harlan Wakefield. Caitlin Holler. Madison Moss. Owen Hustis. Tanner Reed. Gracelyn Huffman. Bryn Skelton. Augustine Juarez. Cedar McCarty. Nathan Karcheski. Cody Krieger. Logan Keller. Calvin Tackett. Rylan Kelly. Neil Valerio. Fia Corpola. Josephine Kulapa.
Hadley Shores. Matthew Lee. Nicholas Waskus. Elizabeth Len. Jocelyn Stillwell. Jessica Lopez. Maria Zamora. Jeremiah Lord. Charles Silvis. Landon Marks. Tyson Stouch. Cooper Martin. Austin Woody. McDuffie. Jack Conover. Cooley McReynolds. Rowdy McReynolds. Dustin Merritt. Katara Rapley. Ilya Moyer. Darius Worthington. Allison Molina. Teresa Cinquina. Elizabeth Munoz Venegas. Sophia Speranza. Adeline Nabor. Zaira Toribia. Lincoln Ponder. Merrick Ricard. Jake Sands. Kensley Tone. Allison Sargent. Caitlin Sargent. Panda Terry. Kylie Whitmire. And in memoriam, Chris Aparicio. Okay, now into let's have you come back to the stage.
Thank you for being here with us this evening. It's now time for the traditional turning of the tassels. Will the class of 2025 please rise? Graduates, take those bobby pins out. When you're ready, take your tassel and join me in moving it from the right to the left.